Assalamualaikum everyone. Today you are going to learn new chapter which is about linear inequalities. Okay. Semua nampak tak skrin cikgu? Inequalities.
Nampak.
Alright. Okay, what is inequalities? Now previously we did equation or equality. Yeah, equality. Inequality is when the value on the left side is equals to value on the right side. So for example, 4 equals to 4 ataupun 3 equals to 2 plus 1 or 7 equals to 5 plus 2 and so on. So these are equality. Okay, equality. So the opposite of equality is inequalities. Means the relation, when we say equality, relation, this is relation. Yeah, this is relation. The equal sign is the relation. The relation of the value on the left side with the values on the right side. When we talk about inequalities talk about the relation between two quantities, yeah, the relation between two quantities that do not have the same value. So value on the left side is not equals to the value on the right side. So in other words, let's say we have 4 is not equals to 3. 2 is not equals to 4 minus 1. 5 is not equals to 3 minus 2. Okay, so instead of using the not equals to sign, ni not equals to ya, not equals to, yang ni equals to. Ni tanda equal, ini tanda not equals to. Instead of using this symbol not equals to, we use another symbol which say which one or which side has a greater value as compared to the other side. We are actually comparing values. Not only we say that this is not equals to that, but also we compare values, so which one is greater than which or which one is lesser than which. Okay, for example, on the number line, okay, you observe the position on the number line, comparing -2 and 3. Comparing the value -2 and 3. So -2 is located at on the left side, on the left of 3. So as we understood, the values on the left is lesser than the values on the right. Okay, so therefore -2 is lesser or is less than 3. Instead of kita sebut perkataan less, the word less is represented by a symbol, this symbol. Yeah, less than or less is represented with the symbol, this symbol. So we can write -2 is less than 3. You can compare also other numbers. You can compare with 3. What are other numbers which are less than 3? 2 is less than 3. 1 is less than 3. 0 is less than 3, and so on. So all values that lies on the left of 3 are less than 3. Okay? Alright. What about the values on the right side? Values on the right. If you compare 4, for example, and 3. Okay, you compare 4. Values on the right of 3. So, you compare 4 and 3. So, reading from the left, kita baca sesuatu dari kiri. Kita baca the sentence or the statement from the left. to write. Okay, so 4 and 3, what can you say about the value of 4 as compared to 3? 4 ni less or more or less? More. Okay, so the symbol is this, more. 4 is more than 3 or 4 is greater than 3. Ya, ini more than or greater. Simbol yang satu lagi tu, yang ni, this one is less than. Ya, less than. Okay. For myself, when I was at your age, I was always confused with these two symbols. Ya, aku selalu juga confused dengan simbol ni, yang mana less, yang mana more kan. Okay. So macam mana cara kita nak bezakan one of the tips untuk ingat simbol less than and more than. I always imagine, cikgu selalu imagine, katalah yang tu kan, ini kan besar kan, this is big and this is small. Cikgu ingat macam tu je, ini small, so yang ni big. Jadi whatever values yang duduk di depan ni value dia mesti big lah, bigger than the value yang duduk di sini. Contohnya kita ada 7 and -2. Macam mana nak tulis simbol ni? Siapa lagi besar?
7.
7 has a greater value, so yang ini dia mesti duduk dekat 7 lah. Okay, jadi macam ni kita tulis. 7 is greater than -2. Kalau kita ada, let's say, 4 and 10. Okay, how do we write the symbol? Yang small ni, yang tajam ni small kan? Yang tajam ni small. So, yang tajam ni mesti duduk dekat 4 lah. Sebab dia small. So, like that. Okay, so 4 is less than 10. Itu cara cikgu nak ingat lah. Kamu boleh create your own way of differentiating between the two symbols. Okay, ni contoh lain pula. Observe the position of the pair of numbers -7 and -2. Okay. So you must remember that negative numbers, sini 2, sini 7, tapi -2 is greater than -7. Okay, kena ingat tu, jangan tertukar ya. Alright, so here -2 is greater than -7. So when we write like this, ni contoh-contoh ni, these are all, ini semua ni, yang ni, and all these are all, we call them inequality. Okay, that's how we write the inequality. Okay, let's see this one, let's practice together. Okay, for A ni macam mana nak tulis?
Less than. Tajam dia dekat C.
Okay, cuba tulis. Okay, A, B, C. Cuba anybody yang boleh tulis. Okay, number 1. Dah ada orang tulis. Thank you, bagus. -6 is less than 0. And C, siapa buat C tu? Okay, B, 1/7. Semua dah buat. Okay, bagus. 1/7 is, okay, ini betul, less than 1/4. Okay, now lagi satu ni, fraction ni ya. For fraction, sometimes we are not quite sure which one is bigger or which one is lesser, which one is more. So if you are not sure for fraction, especially yang contoh B ni, what must you do first before you can compare them?
Samakan yang bawah.
Yes, very good. Samakan penyebut ataupun denominator. So in this case, what is our denominator? What is the suitable denominator?
28.
Yeah, 28. So yang ni berapa? This one is 4/28 and this one is
7/28.
7/28. Okay, obviously 4/28 is lesser than 7/28. So 1/7 is less than 1/4. Okay. And B, yeah, obviously we can see that 0.42 is greater than 0.72. Yes, correct. Okay, this one. Okay, square root 4.4 dengan square root 4.5 dengan 4.5. Okay, square root will get a lesser number, lesser value. Okay, 10 is greater than 50 millimeter. Yeah, millimeter and centimeter. Okay, and 1,200 gram is less than 1.6 kilogram. 1.6 kilogram is equals to 1,600 gram. Okay, so it's greater than 1,200 gram. Okay, very good. Okay, so you understand how to use the sign less than and more than. Okay, so in the inequality, we actually identify the relationship. So sometimes kita sebut greater than, sometimes the situation is less than, and sometimes dia ada keadaan di mana there is a situation where certain value is said to be greater than or equals to. Ni macam mana keadaan dia? Nanti kita akan tengok is less than or equals to. Okay, in order yang A dengan B tadi understood lah, because yang sama macam yang kita buat in the earlier slides. Okay, untuk A dengan B, no problem. But for C and D, and also if you notice, I wrote down few words here: at least, at most, maximum, minimum. So this also has implication on this. Okay, nanti kita akan tengoklah macam mana. Alright, next slide. Okay, for example yang D tu is greater than or equals to. Greater than or equals to. Greater than or equals to. Okay, to understand this, the values, the integers which are greater than or equals to 5.
6.
7. 6, 7, lagi 8, 9, 10, kan? So how do we write a number? Okay, tulislah a number lah sini ya. A number is greater than or equals to 5. And that so the a number can be many. A number is one, but because so it is about on. Okay. Macam mana kita nak tulis ya? So these are the number. 5 boleh masuk tak? 5 boleh masuk tak? Greater than or equals to 5. Does 5 included or not?
Yes.
5 masuk ya? Sebab dia kata or equals to 5. Okay. Dan sini kita letak dot, 3 dots. Maknanya it can is continue. You can continue more. Okay, how do we write in terms of a phrase? So we can write like this. X is greater than or equals to 5. Okay? Because X ni kan variable. Dia boleh berubah-ubah kan. Bila kita gantikan dengan unknown, it means it can be any number. It can be 5, it can be 6, it can be 7, it can be also 20. So we don't know what the number is. But that number can be more than 5 and it can also be equals to 5. So this is how you write the inequalities. The inequality. The number is greater than or equals to 5. Tengok dia punya simbol ni macam mana? Ada apa kat sini? Apa beza dengan yang tadi?
Dia tambah garis kat bawah.
Ada garis kat bawah.
Yes, dia ada garis kat bawah ni. Maknanya dia termasuk juga dengan nombor ni. Kalau kita ada X is greater than 5. Kalau X is greater than 5, dia kata greater than 5. Tak ada equal So we can write X is greater than 5. So X can be what?
20.
X can be 20.
6.
Okay, mula dari yang paling kecil apa dia? Yang paling kecil.
6.
It can be 6, 7 boleh, 8 boleh, 9 boleh, 10 pun boleh dan so on. 20 boleh, okay. Tapi bezanya apa kat sini? What is the difference between this first one and second one?
Tak ada equals to.
Okay, the symbol, the difference is the symbol. And what about the listing? Ni listing. When we list the values, apa beza dia?
Tak ada 5.
Tak ada 5. Dalam equal ni 5 termasuk. Ya, dalam equal ni 5 termasuk. Tapi when you have X is greater than 5, so 5 tak masuk kat sini. There's no 5 here. Okay, understand that? That's the difference between
Understand.
the equal sign. Yeah, here. Okay, example number 2. That is less than 3. X is less than 3. Ni kita baca X is less than 3. So what would be what are the possible values of X?
2.
So X can be 2 ataupun
1.
1 or
0.
0 or
Negative 1.
negative 1 and so on. Okay, and so on. And the value of 3 is not included. But if you have X is less than, kita guna warna merah lah. If you have X is less than or equals to, then simbol kita akan tulis ada garis, ya. Beza tu. Perhatikan, observe the symbol. So in here we have small line there equals to. So if you want to list the values of the possible values of X, dia akan jadi X equals to berapa? X can be
3.
3 kena masuk lah. 3, 2, 1 and so on. And so on. Okay? Alright. Okay, next is the properties of inequalities. Properties ni macam apa maksud dia? Properties bukan maksud dia harta. Kan? Kalau you translate in English, from English to bahasa, properties mean harta. Tapi over here in mathematics, properties means like sifat-sifat lah, the criteria. Okay? or the rules about certain concept. Okay? Okay, apa maksud converse property? Converse property. It's like, here, okay, tengok sini. If A is less than B, if A is less than B, then B is greater than A. If A is less than B, then B is greater than A. Dia macam terbalikkan lah. Kalau cikgu kata, if Alia Adelina ada tak? Alia Adelina Muhammad Ilhami. Ada?
Yes, teacher.
Ada. Contohnya cikgu kata, Alia Adelina is the daughter of Muhammad Ilhami. Cuba you conversekan dia. Muhammad Ilhami is the father of Alia Adelina. Macam itulah. Dia terbalikkan. So in here, in mathematics, kalau let's say dia tunjuk kat situ kan, if A is less than B, so kalau you nak terbalikkan, you nak letak B dulu. So kalau you terbalikkan dia, jadi letak B dulu. B must be less than juga ke? Less than A ke?
Greater.
B must be greater than A lah. Okay, let's see. Let's give a numerical example. If 3 is less than 4, then ataupun so 4 akan jadi
4 is greater than 3.
4 is greater than 3. Okay. Okay, if I give you in terms of unknown, if I use unknown symbol, let's say if x is less than 5, conversekan dia.
5 is greater than X.
5 is greater than X. So converse ni maksudnya macam tu je lah. Itu je lah converse. Bila kita balikkan, this the hukum dia tu kena ikut sekali lah. Understand?
Yes.
Okay, that's the meaning of converse. Yeah. This value must follow the symbol must follow the value. Okay, that's the meaning of converse. Okay, another property, ada dua property saja. Another property, the transitive property. Transitive. Ingat tadi, converse mean you terbalikkan. Nak kata reverse ke? Istilah dia converse, ya. Okay, the transitive property is that bila kita ada tiga keadaan macam ni. Okay, let's say A is less than B is less than C. So you can ini tiga kan, you boleh pairkan dia, ambil pair saja. Boleh banyak ni. So A boleh jadi less than B. What about A and C? What is the relation of A and C?
A is smaller than C.
A is less than C. Okay, lagi boleh buat lagi yang lain.
C is more than B.
Tu dia akan jadi converse lah pula. Okay. Yang transitifnya ni, this one. This one Okay. Yang A is less than B ni very immediate, direct kan? Direct, kita dah nampak kat situ dengan jelas lah. A is less than B. But di sini yang lebih penting ialah dia nak tunjukkan kaitan antara A dengan C. Sebab A dengan C ni kan jauh. Sometimes kita tak perasan kan, tak nampak kaitan dia. Tapi A dengan C, if A is less than B and B is less than C, maka A ni mestilah lebih kecil. Banyak tak kecil dia?
Banyak.
Banyaklah sebab dia lah kecil. B ni kecil dari C. Kemudian A pula kecil pula lagi dari, it's like this lah. Macam contohnya kita ada bekas. Ni bekas C. Dan kita ada satu bekas lagi. Bekas ni bekas B. Then you have another container, a bigger container. That container is C. It's like that. Okay. Okay, that's about transitive property. And then from the transitive property, of course, you can also apply the property of converse property tadi. Converse property yang ni lah, C is greater than A ataupun B is greater than A dan sebagainya lah. Understand? Simple je property ni, right? Okay, next. Write the converse property of each of the following inequalities. Okay, so far class, rasa macam mana? Senang ke susah ke tajuk ni?
Senang.
Senang.
Okay, senang je kan? Okay, A, cuba tuliskan. Cuba tulis A, B, C, D, E, F. Seorang satu lah, seorang satu. Ya? Okay, orang lain? Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F is greater than. Kita balikkan ya. Alright. Okay, check sama-sama. Okay, number one. First one, A given 5 is less than 14. So the converse is 14 is greater than 5. Correct. B, 8 is greater than negative 8. So the converse is negative 8 is less than 8. Okay, correct. C, given negative 23 greater than negative 32. So the converse is negative 32 is lesser than negative 23, correct? And D, 1.5, the converse of D, okay. Yeah, it's less than 6.7, and F, negative 11.8 is less than negative 2. Okay, correct. Easy, kan? Okay, very good. Okay, now write the transitive property of each of the following inequalities. Okay, orang lain pula. Cepat. B, okay, B dah ada. A, mana A tadi? Okay. So when we do write the transitive, we just write the relation of the two quantities only. Okay, A, negative 2 is less than 10. Okay, correct. And B, negative 15 is less than 0. Good. C, negative 4.56 is less than 2.01. And D, negative 17 is less than 20. Okay. E, 1 over 20 is less than 1 over 7. And F, negative 8 is less than 1 over 9. Okay, very good. Good. Okay, now we go to a little bit more. When we do some changes on the statement, yeah? When we do some changes on the statement, so how will it affect the other side of the value? Okay, for example, look at the example given here. If A is less than B, yeah, everybody focus on this one. If A is less than B, and then kalau kita tambahkan, if you add something to A, B also you must add. You must add something to B also. And this value doesn't change. This symbol doesn't change. You add C to the value on the left side, and you add C also to the value on the right side. value dia akan naik dengan sama banyak lah. Jadi the symbol doesn't change. As well as if you minus. Sini kalau you minus, belah kiri you minus C, belah kanan also you minus C. So the value will reduce with the same amount. So this symbol doesn't change. Yang belah kiri akan kekal less than belah kanan. Okay kelas?
Okay, teacher.
Ini plus negatif. Yang ni tolak apa beza. Yang ni yang atas ni tolak terus, directly tolak. Tapi ini you plus tapi plus negative value. You plus negative value dia jadi tolak balik lah. Kan? Sama juga. The sign, the symbol doesn't change. Okay, if you do changes, you plus negative C and sini pun you plus negative C, tanda ni remain the same. Begitu juga kalau you minus the same value, bila you add or minus, the symbol doesn't change. Okay? Tunjuk contoh. Okay, tunjuk contoh dulu lah. Okay, let me give you some numerical example. Okay, let's say we have 3 is less than 7. So if we minus 3 on the right side, tak nak minus 3 lah, minus 2 kan. Sini pun of course you kena minus 2. Okay, so belah kiri minus 2 jadi 1, belah kanan minus 2 jadi 5, and the value is still the relation is still the same in the sense that the value on the left side is less than the value on the right side. Okay, ni cikgu tunjuk contoh tolak kan. Okay, kalau yang ni, let's say kita ada grade 3 jugalah. 3 is less than 7. Okay. Now apa kita buat? Plus negative number. So if we plus, let's say plus negative 2. Sini pun plus negative 2. When you plus negative, akhir sekali you akan dapat 3 minus 2. Belah kanan also you will get 7 minus 2. So still you will get 1 is less than 5. Apa yang nak ditunjukkan di sini ialah whenever you plus, you do the addition or subtraction, this symbol, okay, this sign, the inequality sign remain unchanged. It's remain the same, tak bertukar. Understand that?
Understood.
Yes.
What about this one? When you multiply or divide. Okay, tadi kita kata tambah dan tolak. When we add or we minus. So the sign doesn't change. But what if we do multiplication or division? We divide or multiply the values. Okay. Sini dia kata if you multiply C, this symbol also doesn't change. If you divide with positive values, positive number, ni dia sebut ni positive number. Okay, if you multiply or divide with positive number, the sign doesn't change. Okay, bila masa the sign change? Okay, so whenever you multiply or divide negative number, the sign kena tukar. Ini nama dia additive inverse. Tak ingat perkataan ni tak apa, tapi yang you kena ingat ialah the rules that if we multiply or divide with negative, terang-terang sikit. So if we multiply or divide negative, okay, with negative number, the sign change in the sense that kalau greater than, dia jadi less than. Kalau less than, dia akan jadi greater than. For example, Let me give you a numerical example. Okay, for example, -2 is less than 5, isn't it? Kan? -2 is less than 5. What if we multiply with -1? We multiply with -1. Bila we multiply, we must multiply with both sides, right? So you multiply -1. -1 multiply -2, -1 multiply 5. What will you get? Class.
2 and
2
negative.
and negative
Right.
5.
2 and -5. So when you compare the values, how would you write?
2 is bigger than negative 5.
2 is bigger than or 2 is greater than -5. Okay. Jadi, so lepas ni, kenapa kita belajar benda ni? Sebab nanti bila you buat, kita akan buat linear inequality. So linear inequality dia akan melibatkan unknown. For example, kita ada -2x equals to 4. Bukan equals to. Kita tak buat, kita inequality kan? Salah. Cuba. Okay. -2x is greater than 4. What will be your x? In order to just leave x here, what should you do?
Divide.
Divide with what?
Divide with negative. Divide with
Divide with -2 lah.
2.
Kan? Kita divide -2, sini pun divide -2. So when you divide -2, automatically your symbol must change. You must change the symbol. Inverse it. Okay? So sini simplify, you get x. Sini you dapat -2. So your value or your possible values of x must be less than -.
Faham.
Okay?
Faham, teacher.
Tanda ni akan tukar jika dan hanya jika you divide or multiply with negative value. Tahu? Ingat tu kalau divide positive value, dia tak tukar. Tambah tolak pun simbol tak tukar. Tapi kalau you divide or you multiply with negative number, the symbol will inverse. Dia akan terbalik. The symbol will be terbalik lah. Dia akan tukar lah. Okay?
Teacher,
Ya.
tapi kan teacher buat -2 is smaller than 5 kan? Kalau buat 2 smaller than 5, lepas tu dia multiply with -1, dia still tukar simbol ke?
Okay. So let us try. 2 is less than 5 kan? Cuba kita darab dengan negatif sekarang. Apa jadi? Kita multiply -1, dia jadi -2 kan? Kemudian 5 kita multiply with -1 will become -5. So, simbol macam mana?
Tukar.
Kan simbol -2 kan duduk belah kanan kan? Kat line number -2 kat sini, -5 kat sini. So -5 is less. Okay, -5 is less. So -2 is more. -2 is greater than -5. Understand?
Yes,
Okay?
thank you, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, next what do we have here? Practice. Fill in each box with the symbol. Okay, ni practice ni cikgu rasa senang kot. Cepat orang lain. Number 1 you have banyak lah tu. Okay. Number 1 B, tak ada orang buat lagi. B3, number 1 B3 and C3. Number 2 B. Number 3 and number 2 B, C tak siap lagi tu. Number 3 A2 and 3. And number 3B, number 3C. Ini ialah bila kita buat the exercise here, the practice here is about what happen if you do some operation or apa nama dia panggil, when you do something on the original inequality. Okay, 3B and C. Alright. Okay, let us discuss. Let's check the answers. Number 1. Okay, betul. Number 2, when you add the symbol, you just plus 2, so the symbol is the same. You minus also, the symbol doesn't change. B, number 1B, 8 is greater than negative 16, yes. When you plus, the symbol also still greater than. You minus also, the symbol is greater than. Okay. For 1C, negative 8 is greater than 16, negative 16. So when you plus 1 both sides, the symbol is the same. And when you minus 1 both sides, the symbol is still, the left side is greater than the right side. Okay, number 2. You are given 8 and 16. So 8 is less than 16. And you multiply 2, the symbol doesn't change. You divide 2, the positive number, the symbol doesn't change. B, you have 8 is, if 8 is less than 16 and C is greater than 0. Apa maksud C greater than 0? Class? What does it mean C is greater than 0?
6 is bigger than 0.
Bigger than 0.
Ini number
Negative.
zero.
Number.
Negative? Negative or positive?
Positive.
What can you say about C? C is positive number, or C are positive numbers. Okay? So 8 multiply C means 8 multiply positive number. 16 also multiply positive number. The sign doesn't change. Okay? You divide with C also because C is positive, the sign doesn't change. Question C. 16 is greater than 8. And C yang sama juga. Okay, so ni semua positif lah. C positif, so simbol tak berubah. Okay, for number 3. You have 6 is less than 12. And then you multiply negative 3 for both sides. Jadi simbol akan tukar ya. Simbol tukar. Ini pun you divide negative 3 on both sides, the symbol change. Okay, negative 6 is greater than negative 12. And then macam mana dapat 1 over 6? This one just tukar je lah. B, 6 is, D is less than 0. Maknanya D negatif kan? D is less than 0 means D negative lah. So 6 multiply D, dan multiply negative lah. 6 times negative number, so the sign will change. Ini pun the sign will change. Okay? Alright, senang je kan? Represent the following. Okay, this is new. Tolong perhatikan baik-baik. If you have, do you take note or not? Or you just rely on the Jamboard? It's okay if you want to rely on the Jamboard.
No.
If you want to rely on the Jamboard for now, and later you copy or you rewrite whatever the notes given in here. That will make your understanding stronger. I mean better understanding. Okay, how do we represent the inequalities on the number lines? Okay, let's take A. I will do for you A and E. Okay. Okay, A ada 3. X is greater than 3. So means X will be on the right or on the left.
Right.
X will lie on the right. Daripada 3 ni ke kanan. Jadi kita tak boleh cakap 4 saja. In this case we cannot say X is 4. Because on the left, X can be 4, 5, 6, 7, X can be banyak lah. So we do like this. Kita buat bulat dan kita buat garis tu. Kita buat garis ni. Okay. Okay, yang bulat tu, perhatikan observe. This circle is empty circle. Dia buat bulat je. Kau jangan hitamkan dalam tu. Maknanya all values from here but 0 here ni, this circle is not shaded, means 3 is not included. 3 is not included. And then buat arrow macam tu. Okay, you just buat arrow. Maknanya all values here. Semua value ni, value ke sini akan dipakai lah. Dipakai. Diterima lah sebagai jawapan dia. Okay, E pula. E I will show you example E. E dia ada equal sign kan? Y is less than 8.3. So 8.3 is here. So Y is less than belah mana?
Left.
Kiri.
Belah left kan? Tapi yang ni you kena, sebab dia kata termasuk. Yang ni untuk 8.3 tu you kena shade the circle. You have to shade the circle. Understand?
Yes.
Dengan padang.
Yes.
Okay. Beza dengan yang first ni, yang A tu dia tak ada, bulat dia kosong je. Bulat dia kosong je yang A tu. A tu bulat je. Macam tu. So makna 3 is not included. But for E you have the equal sign. So this one must be shaded. It means that 8.3 must be included lah. It's included in the listing. When you list 8.3 pun termasuk lah dalam nilai tu. Understand? Tu bezanya how we represent the inequalities on the number lines. Okay? Okay, siapa nak lukis A, E dah, B, C. Okay, sementara tu sahabat-sahabat yang lain boleh cuba draft dulu dekat buku latihan. Untuk soalan number 4 ni, you boleh buat dekat buku latihan. Cuba buat. Lepas tu kita bincang terus, ya. I give you berapa? 2 minit? 2 minit boleh?
Can teacher.
2 minit boleh lah. Sebab simple je ni. Alright. So for B, X is less than 15, tak ada equal sign, okay betul. Arrow pun betul. C, X is greater than negative 19. Okay, you have negative 19. You have the equal sign here and you shade the whole circle and the arrow pun betul. Okay, correct. Okay, ni maksudnya if you list for B ni kan, if you list down the values, maknanya sini nilai-nilai dia 14, 13, 12 and so on. Okay. Tapi untuk C, the values are negative 19 pun termasuk. Negative 19, negative 18, negative 17 and so on, ya. Okay, tengok page 18. Okay, you ada equal sign sini. Shade elok-elok. Okay, arrow pun betul. Negative 5 is X is cup. Betul ke tak ni? X duduk belah mana? X duduk belah mana?
Kecil.
X kecil kan? You boleh terbalikkan dia. Jadi kita guna apa? Converse. If you use the converse, dia akan jadi, kejap cikgu kecilkan dulu sebab dia terlalu besar. Okay, so that we have space to write. Okay, tengok kat sini baik-baik kelas, everybody observe here. Now even though negative 5 is placed on the left side, dia letak awal, tapi you kena tengok X je. Bila on the number line, X ni ialah value yang you nak letak on the number line. So you can rewrite guna property, converse property tadi. Over here, X is less than or equals to negative 5. Jadi less than negative 5 kat belah mana? Dah silap lah ni bukan kat sebelah kanan. It should be sini negative 5. Dia perlu ke kiri because it's less than, kan? Because it's less than. Okay, orang lain pun tolong perhatikan dekat buku latihan masing-masing. Yang ni yang betulnya. Okay, ni dah salah. Okay, yang F, P is greater than negative. P is greater than negative, greater than ada equal. Okay, betul Page 19, GH. Alright. X is less than negative 3 over 5. Okay, negative 3 over 5. Less than, tak ada tanda equal. So, kita bulatkan dan empty the inside of the circle. And it is on the left side. Okay. H, 7.8 is greater than Q. So, in other words, if you write the converse, Q is less than 7.8. Okay, betul dia belah kiri kan? Belah kiri lah, dia is less than. Okay, faham kelas macam mana how to represent the inequality on the number line? Boleh? Understand?
Yes.
Understand.
Please remember to dengar dulu, jangan keluar lagi sign in your attendance. Please remember to sign in your attendance in the Google Classroom. Okay, thank you class. Itu sajalah hari ini.